Happy Friday, guys. Welcome back for my second video for today. I wanted to really take a moment and sit down with my mentor and great friend, Andre Quibodeaux, who is actually the reason and instrumental in having me join and become a realtor. So thank you, Andre, for joining me.
Absolutely, glad to be here.
So in sitting with Andre, I've heard him mention several times, and I've heard him discussing with clients the pros and cons of renting and buying. So Andre, if you just take a quick second or a few moments of your time to explain the pros and cons in leasing and buying.
Well, we're really talking about buying over leasing. If you're going to be in an area for a length of time, it's always preferential to think about being a buyer, being a purchaser. We've talked to a lot of folks and helped a lot of folks that didn't even think they could buy a home, be able to get into a home, purchase a home with programs that we have through our mortgage partners. But the way you kind of look at it is, if you're renting a home long term and you're going to be there a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, what happens whenever it's time for you to move again after you've been there 4 years? What do? You just turn in the key.
Yeah.
That's all you get to do. You got to leave. But if you go to a place and you've purchased that house, that asset that's going to, in our market, generally increase in value, and you're there 3 years, 4 years, a lot of times you've seen an increase in the value of that home. At the same time, you're making payments that's making the balance that you owe go down. So the difference between those two is what you call your equity, what you own, what is yours. And so a lot of times being in a property 3, 4 years and you got to move now, guess what? You get to sell it. And now when you sell it and walk away, you might have $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. So when you get ready to move, would you rather just turn the keys in and be done? Or would you rather turn the keys in and get $15,000, $20,000? Whatever the case might be, it's always different.
Absolutely.
But again, it's something that you own. And when I tell folks, and you're spending that monthly payment, when you own a home, it's more like taking money out of one pocket and putting it in the other pocket. It gets to stay yours the whole time, right? Because it's going towards your asset. Whereas if you're renting long term, it's absolutely going out of your pocket into somebody else's pocket.
No worries. Thank you for taking time to sit with me. I know you're busy. I know you probably got a lot of showings and listings to get to. So I appreciate you sitting down with me.
Absolutely.
Thanks, guys.